welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a comparison video on these two products right here. This one is the Etude Tint My Brow Gel, and this one right here is the Maybelline Tattoo Brow Easy Peel Off Tint, which I believe I did a first impression video all about this, so I'll probably link it in the description box down below or somewhere for you guys to watch it, so you guys see a full version of, I guess, my first impression on this product right here. I wanted to do a comparison because maybe some of you guys are curious to see, okay, should I buy the Etude House one or should I buy the Maybelline one? And, you know, let you guys, what are some of my thoughts? How are they different or how are they similar? And which one do I gravitate towards? Anyways, so if you guys have been following my channel, you know that I have pretty sparse to non-existent eyebrows, which I really should actually do microblading or something like that versus spending at least, you know, a couple minutes every day penciling my brows. So this one I did pencil in. I do use the Anastasia Brow Wiz in dark brown every morning to fill it in to make it look like this. I do it every day because of the fact that most of the time I do have video calls for my work, so therefore I do want it to look slightly presentable, but because I'm still at home, I don't need to do a full face, but brows to me are quite important. As many of you guys know, brows do shape how I guess the shape of your face or how it looks, so that's really important to me, and I usually put on some kind of lippy. Definitely not a full face, but those two are my go-to everyday kind of makeup look. With that being said, I wanted to save some time, right? Not having to do this every day. So a few years ago, I looked into, I guess, these, semi-permanent kind of brow tints. Basically, they don't last that long, but at least it would save me a couple days worth of having to wake up every morning and do it. So my first product that I've actually tried was actually the Etude House Tint My Brows Gel. So this is actually the older formula. I don't recall where I got it, but I do recall that I got it for about $9 to $10 Canadian. And at the time, I think there was only 3 shades. But I did a little bit of research, and off the Yesstyle website, it does state that when they first came out with this product, they did have 12 different shades. I have the shade in brown, number 1 brown. I did look it up on the Etude House website and noticed that they now have a revamped formula. So it's brand new, and they come out with 5 different shades. These shades, brown is included, alongside with other ones that I feel like cater towards Asian hair color. And I'm not talking about Asian natural hair color. I'm talking about Asian hair color that they like to dye their hair in, whether it's that reddish brown or that yellowy blonde kind of color. With that being said, there is about, I think, 5 grams worth of product in here. This one does take up to, they claim 2 hours. I've been doing it for an hour. I would have, clean my eyebrows and apply this on for about an hour or so, no more than 2 hours, and actually peel it off, basically whenever it dries. And in my experience, I never really actually had to wait the full 2 hours. They do claim that you can wear this overnight and then actually peel off the next morning for a longer lasting and more, I guess, darker effect. I never tried that out. Reason being is I'm a side sleeper and I'm pretty rocky. I don't want any of that to be transferred onto my pillowcase just in case it's not dried yet. So therefore I never tried that out. But with that being said, I feel even when I left it on, sometimes I left it on for about an hour because I've noticed that it already dried, versus 2 hours. It's not a huge difference in my perspective. So yeah. The Maybelline one, on the other hand, actually I think launched on the market maybe, actually basically whenever I filmed that first impression video. When I noticed it on the market, I went and gravitated towards trying it out. I think they offered it in 3 different shades. I have this one in dark brown. This is actually, I think, my second tube, I want to say. Second or third tube by now, because, you know, these don't last a whole long time. Once it's open every, I think it says 6 months at the bottom, that you would have to hack it out. Like, if you don't finish it, you should really throw it out because of bacteria growing on it. This one, it does claim to apply it on for 20 minutes and up to 2 hours for a longer lasting and darker effect. Once again, this is one of those where I apply it on, do some work, and, you know, like peel it off when I feel it's dried. Normally about an hour and a bit, never up to 2 hours for this. And in fact, recently I tried this, or not tried this, but like used it, and it actually lasted me to, about the second or third day was when I actually had to do a little bit of touch up. I actually prefer it being a little lighter, so I actually like my brows when it's on the second to third day. But of course, I don't, when I wash my face, I'm pretty careful that I notice that, okay, well, I have this brow tint on, so I don't like rub really hard because it does come off, like first layer, but it's not easily. Both of these products, you can use an oil-based makeup remover and try to like remove it. It does remove a little bit easier than if you were to use micellar water, which I tend to use. So for example, if I made some boo-boos and, you know, had them in different areas that I didn't want them, I would definitely use a micellar water and try to like rub it off. And yes, rub it off. It is not just wiping it off, I find, because it is a lighter kind of like tattoo, semi-tattoo onto your skin. It's not that easy to remove per se. So with that being said, I think I'm going to do a little bit of a demo to show you guys how it looks like on my skin, and, you know, leaving it on for about, you know, an hour or so and showing you guys how it looks like once I remove it. So I'm going to start off with the Etude House. This one right here has like kind of like a brush applicator. So it looks like that, and I'm going to apply this on the top. So this is just, you know, that one layer. It's quite dark, as you can tell, right? It looks more, I mean, on my camera, it looks like it's black practically. And then I'm gonna apply the Maybelline one right underneath. Whew. Whew, 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 whew. I don't know what I did right there. Color-wise, they're quite similar. I personally think that the Maybelline color one actually works better for my hair. So this one is Etude House, this one is Maybelline. So I'm gonna come back after about, you know, a little bit more than an hour and, you know, remove it off and show you guys how that tint color would look like on the back of my hand. And I would probably need to scrub it off afterwards. Anyways, I will be right back. So I am back. It's been about an hour or so. Here are the results after about an hour and a bit. The Maybelline at the bottom actually started to peel about 20 minutes in. As you can tell, the Etude House one, I do see an edge where I can just like rip it off, so I think that's about time to do so. Just keep in mind, this was only actually one layer. When I normally apply it on, I do a couple layers, or at least I go back and touch up certain areas where, you know, I want a little bit more product because I see it lightening off. Because, you know, it is a brush applicator, so meaning the first part of it is going to be quite dark because it has the most product, but as you glide through, it's less and less. So therefore you would need to like touch up certain areas. So sometimes I do add a couple more layers so that it actually is a little bit darker, and therefore I would have to wait a little bit longer. So with that being said, this was only one layer and this was already peeling off quite a bit. I don't know if you guys can see on camera. But I also feel like it's because like I'm stretching my hands, which I normally won't with my eyebrows, right? Like, you know, when I'm gonna do some like exercise like that. But that only goes up and down, it doesn't go this way. unlike here. Anyway, so I'm going to start off with peeling this off to show you guys how it looks like on underneath. So as you can tell, it's pretty dark right now. It's definitely lighter than it was before. And as you can tell, areas that have less product, it got even lighter. So this is how one layer would look like for the Maybelline one. And this is the Etude House one on top. So this one required me to, like, you know, kind of rip a little bit on the top layer. Or actually off the edge, and this is how it looks like. I guess on camera it's fairly similar, but I felt like this is slightly lighter. Yeah, the top one's slightly lighter because I think it would require a little bit more time. Like I mentioned, they do advise you to keep it on for 2 hours up to like a whole entire night if you want it darker, but the Maybelline one, not so much. And I also mentioned to you guys, I tend to use like my micellar water to actually remove it, but I don't remove it right away. But I'm going to show you guys that yes, it is possible for you to remove this with micellar water, but it's going to take a bit of rubbing. So I applied a little bit of that on, and I'm going to start off with trying to, I guess, rub off the Maybelline one. So that's one layer. There is a bit of product. And I am practically scrubbing at this point. Most of it came off, right? Okay, I'm gonna use this side. There's still product there. I'm gonna try with the Etude House one. Oh, sorry, I guess I didn't do one layer, but anyways, that was a bit of scrubbing. That's right here. Most of that came off. So in other words, what I'm basically trying to tell you, it does come off with micellar water, so do be careful when you're removing your makeup to, you know, maybe try to avoid the area, or if you don't find, like me, having it slightly lighter, that's not a bad idea either. But yes, it does take some scrubbing to remove if you're using micellar water. So if you are using a makeup base, oil-based makeup remover, definitely much easier. Anyways, my final thoughts on these product, I would gravitate towards the Maybelline one, given one, as you can tell, it does take a shorter period of time to give you a similar effect. And then again, to me, it was definitely darker than the Etude House one. Etude House did take a little bit longer, but of course, if you ever find this on sale, it is much cheaper than the Maybelline one, because I think currently right now it's on sale for maybe like $6 US or something like that, versus I think for this one, when I bought it, it was $9. Regular price I think is like about $15 depending on which drugstore you're getting it from. But with that being said, I would choose this one, given it's one, saves me time, doesn't take as long before I start peeling off. Two, the color works better for me. And three, it's basically because I can access this product locally. And so I'm not waiting for a really long time to get it in case I am in a rush to get it. And at the same time, the color shades, I don't need a wide variety, because these are not products where you can like mix the two in order to get that perfect shade. So if none of these shades work for you, I tell you, just completely skip it. It's not worth the time and effort to try it out and make sure that they do work, or try to mix different colors to make it work. No, it's not worth it. I would say skip it. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if so, remember to give me that thumbs up, and I shall see you guys in my next video. Bye!